What's up, soldiers? Your boy Chris here, vibes it up in the kitchen. Saturday. Don't feel like cooking, so I'm doing something quick. I mean, they say you still have to eat, so I got some piccolo, some hot piccolo sausages, and we're gonna do a quick pasta sauce. I've got some peppers, some onions, some garlic, canned pasta sauce. Bring it all together. We're gonna just elevate all them flavors and make that canned thing nice, man. So again, not a Caribbean recipe, but it will be posted on chrisdelarosa.com if you want written directions. So vibes it up, sit back, relax, and let me cook. I've got my saucepan here heating on a medium flame. I'm gonna go in with a bit of olive oil. We're gonna toss in these sausages because we need to brown them and cook them all the way through. Then we're gonna cut them up and add them, bring them back into the sauce. What I like doing here, and tip number one here, is going with a bit of water as well. When that water burns off, later on the oil is gonna help brown it. But at this point, that water is gonna help sort of steam cook these sausages. And second tip is lid on. Third tip, when you're making this sort of pasta sauce, and I'm notorious for making a huge mess on the stove. To prevent that from happening, you'll notice I'm using a tall pot here, very deep. So any splatters doesn't happen outside, it remains in here. Let that brown up and then we'll move on. The water has burnt out now, so you need to remove that lid, crank up your heat a little bit to start browning the sausages. They're fully cooked all the way through. It's just a matter of browning them now. The sausages are pretty much cooked all the way through. They've developed some color, so I'm just going to remove them out of the pot. And I like putting it into a bowl because any sort of natural juices that springs up while it cools down, I want to collect that to be able to bring it back to the pot. I'm just going to turn my heat down now to low. I'm going to keep that grease that's in there, that's all flavor. And I'm going to go in with one medium onion that I diced up. Turn my heat down to low, as I said. Ooh, and I'm making a mess. So in with that onion. And I've got here about 5 cloves of garlic. I love garlic. But again, you need that heat to be nice and low because you want that to sweeten up and get soft and bring out a ton of flavor from that garlic and that onion. I'm just going to move that around a bit. And let that go for about 3 minutes. Heat still on low. Your kitchen should be smelling ivory at this point. Some of that fond or that flavor on the bottom of the pan should be start coming out, so it will sort of color the onions. And I have here some crushed pepper flakes. That's for a little bit more kick. That sausage, by the way, was a spicy sausage. So you can use just about any sausage you like. I just like the kick from that, and to be honest with you, it was on sale. I've got here some oregano. Just gonna move that up a little bit there. And I've got some dried basil. If you've got fresh basil, you can add it near the end. That's totally up to you. And let that go for another couple minutes. Let that all toast up and go nice and, you know, happy up in there, man. Next, I've got some tomato puree. I'm just going to go in with about a tablespoon of that. And the reason why I'm adding it here while we're frying the onions and garlic and herbs together is I want that tomato to start to color and to heat through and start releasing its natural sugars. I've got my bell peppers to go in now, and this is just one large red bell pepper. You can mix it up with green, with red, whatever you want. And we just want to soften that up a little bit too on the bottom of the pan here, about a minute or two. You may notice at the bottom of your pan you'll have some nice brown goodness going on the bottom there. If you want to deglaze it with some wine, you can certainly do that. I personally don't cook with wine, so in goes those sausage pieces. Give it a quick stir. Turn your heat up to medium-high. A pinch of salt, not too much because I know the pasta, that canned sauce that I'll be using, listen, just this camera, there we go, will have quite a bit of sodium in there as well too, and some brown sugar. That brown sugar is just to balance off all the acidity in the tomato sauce that I'm adding now. So in goes that tomato sauce, straight out of a can, as I said. Let's use your favorite tomato sauce, that is cool. Chris ain't hating. Give that a mix and bring that up to a boil. And then we're just gonna let it simmer for about 5-10 minutes and then your sauce is all done. like to finish this off with some grated Parmesan. And I have here some grated Romano. Both cheeses, whatever cheeses you like. If you like it a little bit more thicker, you can grate it thicker, I guess. And a nice big whack of Italian parsley. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. An easy way to put together a sauce. Stir that up, bring it all together. And watch now, you're eating nice, man. And it is canned stuff, remember that, right? But we kind of faked it with all that nice fresh ingredients that we used as well.